Hope you're doing really well out there. And we're back today for another shit sandwich. Actually, it's not too bad today. We're going to have a bit of a laugh. Going to do a New Age review because I think we need a little pick me up. It's been a very intense week, especially if you have any connections to the UK with what's been announced there. I'm going to speak a little bit about that before I get into the review because there's a few things that I want to say. Before I do, guys, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and if you'd like to work with me, check out my website, transcendingtimes.org. Basically, before I get into this review, just obviously it's been announced that the whole digital ID thing, and there's a huge pushback. It's been very encouraging to see the difference in response from people, basically, because even 5 years ago, it felt like we were like solo voices out there. But looking at comments on mainstream media articles and stuff like that, people are just they're not buying it, and that's really encouraging. But I've just made another video which I put on my TikTok that there's kind of a double bluff at play here, particularly in the UK, where they always kind of start things there. It seems to be a very important point for them energetically. Basically, what's been going on is there seems to be all these like organised marches that were kind of pre-planned, and we had all the coordinated marches a few weeks ago from the the immigration crisis, which was also orchestrated, where they've been letting people in at the same time in all these Western countries to roll people up, giving them free food, accommodation, and all this stuff. Get people in their fields, get them angry, and so then they look at the problem rather than who's causing the problem. The whole divide and conquer strategy, which they've used for how many thousands of years now? I don't know, but so we had all that, and then obviously they've introduced this, and now we have already these a lot of marches are planned. And what was interesting yesterday was obviously the response was positive in the fact that people were speaking up about it, but I noticed that a lot of like the controlled opposition, Shields, UK News, UK Column, the Reform Party, Jeremy Corbyn, like these are all controlled opposition, and we know that controlled opposition leads you to a cul-de-sac. They'll give you up to 90% truth, and then they'll either stay quiet when the rug pull happens, or they'll back the new plan. And I was observing what these people and these groups were saying, and they were very much like on our team, quote unquote. And I thought, that's strange. It's strange that controlled opposition would fan the flames here. And then I looked a bit deeper as to what some of the things that they were saying. And like I saw an article on UK News saying that there's going to be civil war against the government. We had Elon Musk telling people that they needed to fight. And all I'm seeing is an underlying message coming out from these controlled opposition avenues that they want us on the streets, guys. So I'm not saying that they don't want digital ID. They've announced it, but they knew that there would be pushback. I think they were prepared for this. So they've got a plan A, plan B, probably a plan C and plan D. So we need to be very smart, very cute, take a step back, take a few deep breaths, because the natural reaction is like, we're not having this, let's take to the streets, when actually all we really need to do is say no. Mass non-compliance is what they fear, because if we play their game, we go onto their streets on their controlled marches, they have their water cannons, they have their moles that cause trouble, then the police kettle people to certain other marches that have been set up at the same time where, then violence starts, then they've got their water cannons and the media are there, and then they have their excuses for more authoritarianism and control, and they can add piggyback things onto the digital ID because now they're saying it's just about jobs, but we know that it's not just going to be about that in the long run. But these events, these psyops, give them an excuse to push the agenda forward quickly because they are running out of time, I believe. I said that on the latest stream. So again, take a step back. they're really motoring forward with all of this. This is waking more people up, like a cornered rat, as I said before. So it obviously it's kind of a bit of a nervous time. We're at a pivotal point, but it's very important that we don't react the way that they want us to react, and we, yeah, like I say, just take a few deep breaths before we go out with our pitch and forks onto the streets. When all we really need to do is say no. If we all say no, then what can they do? So, but the response is encouraging. Like I say, the amount of people that are saying that they're not going to do it is very positive. So I just wanted to put that out there before I start with this review because, well, it's important. So just keep speaking your truth and keep positive. Like I say, we can push this back, even though they've announced this. It's not coming yet, and we have the power. So basically, that's what I wanted to say. Anyway, enough about talking about that shit sandwich. Let's have a little bit of a laugh now. So, the person I'm going to review is the first ever New Age review that I ever did, and I was thinking today, well, who can I review? And I thought, well, let's go back. Right, how long have I been doing these now? 5 or 6 years now. Let's go back and let's look at what the first one that I reviewed did, who was really bad back then, which was the reason that I started it. And surprise, surprise, she's still spouting the same nonsense, the same old unicorn farts, spiritual bypassing. And interestingly enough, when I first reviewed her channel, she had, I think at the time, 5,000 subscribers. Now, she has 71,000 subscribers. Now, back then, what was I? I was probably, maybe I was on 5,000 as well, maybe a little bit less. And I'm on 24, which I'm quite happy with. But you can just see like where the algorithm's being pushed, right? So anyway, I thought today we all needed a laugh. It's been a really heavy week, and gives me a chance to vent as well. So here her video is accessing the new Earth. This whole idea that you can just think love and light and just live in a different reality where they're not introducing things like digital ID and they're not trying to poke you in the arm, and you don't need to pay bills and pay for food. Like, it's literally, you can just sit there and you're just in complete bliss and everything's perfect around you. There's no wars. And how do you get there, guys? Well, you don't actually have to do anything else than just think love and light, and that will get you there, apparently. And of course, these people, they're already there. So we need to find out from them how we get there. So let's have a listen to Anna and see if she's got anything new or enlightening to say over the last 5 years. So let's make a start.
So, good day. Let's talk about accessing the new Earth right now. So
I remember from the first review, just looking at her eyes, the way she looks at the camera. She's got that new age haze going on. She's got an entity working through it, because the way she looks at the camera it's like the lights are on but no one's home. That typical new age look where something's got control of her, basically. And it's quite hypnotic. And then of course she's got all like the sacred geometry in the background, which is all part of the new age, the new cage stuff. All this imprints on your subconscious. And, she's looking very spiritual there with her robe. We know they all like their robes, so.
Getting a lot of questions about the third dimension, the fifth dimension, the new Earth. So let's clarify this.
Thank you. Thanks for clarifying. I was so confused. I'm glad you're here now, so elevated, and you're already there. So you can guide me and tell me how to get there.
I also want to let you know I have a couple other videos about higher dimensions and accessing the new Earth on this channel. Just search through the little search bar and you can find them.
Wow, great. I'll look out for those. Thanks, Anna.
Okay.
I'm just hanging off every word that you say. 71,000 people. Guys, listen to this.
The first thing we need to understand is we are a dimensionless presence, the I am. This dimensionless presence is the timeless watcher.
Her eyes are freaking me out. I can't look at her. It's weird.
Timeless seer. It's always here watching. But sometimes we're lost in programming. Sometimes the body is taken over by programming. Nevertheless, presence is, because you cannot even have the experience of being lost without the dimensionless presence.
She's going off on a mumbo jumbo rant, where they say a lot of things, but actually none of it makes sense. Like Elizabeth April, they use all these buzzwords, these new age buzzwords, connected consciousness, divine. And they throw them all together in like a melting pot, so you feel like you've had some kind of insight or some kind of key information, but really it's just it just all means nothing.
So you need to understand that the fabric of reality is spaciousness, is this emptiness, this vast potential that is invisible.
Potential. Imagine if I started speaking to you guys like that.
But
these people are wackos, I swear. They're absolutely crazy. Either that, like I say, or they're just completely taken over. She's got some kind of reptilian or something working through her.
Within you is what's manifesting the avatar. The avatar itself is even a dimensional expression from the non-dimensional presence.
Why does she keep highlighting words like this? It's really freaking me out.
This means you access the new earth or the fifth dimension now. Learning to be present now, learning to be very conscious and aware now. But that.
So let me get this right. To get to where you are, elevated robed one, we have to be conscious now. So what does that look like? How does that work exactly? We just have to sit there with our legs crossed?
That is just step one, realizing the timeless self, realizing the timeless seer. That's a detachment or an ejection out of your current programming or dimensional experience.
These people, I just can't with them. I mean, they're just, all I'm seeing is like a clown hair with a red nose and clown lips talking. That's literally, maybe it's a clown entity she's got working through her, because clown entities are very real as well. Maybe that's why I pictured that just then.
So in order to enter the new earth or the 5D and higher, which is just...
I'd love to, you know what, I'm not even joking. I'd love to get to somewhere like that right now. I'm so tired of this BS. You can tell why this appeals to people. I've said it time and time again. I get it. Like, I would love to believe all this horse shit, I would love to think that there is a 5D that I could just sit there, not do anything, and just access. I'm just so tired of it every day, the psyops every day, the infringement on my freedom. I just wanna live in a puebla, make some ghost videos, maybe make some travel or diving videos, eat tacos, and just live my life. I don't want to keep doing this, It's so draining, but it's necessary.
Heart-centered energy, it's love-based frequencies and dimensions. You have to have a pure intention to be love. You have to train your mind and your body.
She's just not changed at all. Like in 5 years, she's still spouting this. Like, if you go back and watch the first video, I've tried to find it. It's shadow banned. I actually needed to go into my playlist, but she's just the same. Like she's just saying the same things.
Into love. Yes, it is a practice. I sit with so many beings who have this arrogance that they've realized the I am. They realize they're, okay, I'm no.
The irony, the arrogance. I mean, she's there. I love it sometimes when when I pause these people. Like she looks loco. In Mexico we say loco, crazy, or loca. She's a female. So we have the masculine and the feminine. For any of you Spanish speakers, Mexicans in my comments, before you comment, I corrected myself, okay?
No thing, so I don't have to do anything. Nothing matters. Okay, well, you're right. No thing does matter. But because you say nothing matters, you're going to manifest a dimensional experience where nothing matters. Everything's...
You know when you have those tongue twisters, like she sells seashells on the seashore, Peter Piper picked a pickled pepper, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow. That's kind of like what it feels like. She's just spewing these words together. It's just crazy.
Bleak, boring. We don't need to do anything. And that's not the crowd or the collective I'm here to speak to. I'm here to speak to the way showers, the ascension guides, those who are being the open door and port to love. So truly this transmission is from the one soul to the one soul, to awaken back to the remembrance that we are here to anchor and embody the high frequencies of love. That is how we anchor heaven on earth. Okay. We train our body in thought, word, and feeling into the selfless frequencies of love.
Of love. Sounds like a plan. So, okay, so now we've done that. How does that, so we don't have to deal with all this BS going on then? They leave that part out, don't they? Like, they don't mention that we still have to put up with all the stuff that goes on here when they're in that frequency of love, or they've ascended, or they're in the new earth. They conveniently leave that part out. That, oh, by the way, you're still going to have to take your digital ID and your next poke in the arm and all the other stuff. It's just hopium. It's hopium on top of copium, on top of more hopium.
And again, that means now. Because there is only the now. But because you're God, because you are source creator, if you believe there's something else other than the now, there's past, there's future, there's all this distortion and confusion, you, because you're a genius, will manifest a dimension where it's confusing. I don't know what to do. I'm not the creator. I have no power. It's hard. But that's you creating that dimensional.
So how does this play out for like kids in Gaza? And I know I use these extreme examples, but these are everyday occurrences. How does that play out for people that are, terminally ill and stuff like that? Are you saying that they just have to sit in the now, in this love frequency, and then everything's going to be all right on the night?
Experience with your thoughts, your words, your beliefs.
Oh my God, she's looking at me for too long. That was really creepy. That was really weird. And she's still staring now. I can't look at her. She's still staring. Stop staring at me, woman. It's giving me the creeps.
So it's all about love, baby.
It's all about love, baby. Get on that unicorn. Over the rainbow bridge. What's Jerry Marsden up to these days? I saw him on Jeff Mara's podcast the other day. I'm like, why is he on there?
Loving yourself awake, transmitting the frequencies of love. And again, that's a practice.
Yeah.
And we have tons of opportunities to practice love. But let's begin now, because now is how you access the new earth, because you actually are.
You know, love is such a generalized word, isn't it? I mean, they throw it around like anything. They're all love, but actually, for me, the true expression of love is courage, is speaking up, it's doing things that they wouldn't tell you to do as love. They just want you to think love.
You're the creator of the new earth. You're the creator of your ascension, your evolution, and of the world. So, brothers and sisters, let's carry the world.
Oh man, I need my. I need to bring the sick bowl back. She is like off the scale cringe. Like she's off the cringeometer. I need a cringeometer, but she is off it.
In our open heart chakras.
Oh, the chakras, yeah, the good old chakras. Your etheric implant, yes, that one.
For the better good, the greater good of ourselves and all of creation.
She's doing it again. Don't look at the eyes.
Trust yourself, you know this.
Such a fake smile. Like, she's like, it's so fake. It's like, you know, like it's when, like someone like Tony Blair smiles. It's like, you can see the entity behind her, you know?
Just keep dying to love. And for those who are wondering what the...
Oh, she's not going to cry, is she? Oh, please don't cry. I will definitely vomit if you cry.
The chirping is in the background and the peeping. I have some baby chickens in here, so...
Oh, those poor chickens being around you. What an existence for them.
They are my ambiance today.
Your chickens are your ambience. Okay, right.
But friends, I love you so much. And
I hate it when they say that. You don't know them. You don't know that person. How can you love them? It's just something that you're saying.
just remember, you are the open door. I love you so much, and blessings for this day.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, complete vomit fest, guys. It was just a quick one. I wanted to lighten the mood, but yeah, New Earth BS, Ascension BS, buzzwords thrown in everywhere. Does anyone know what her message was? Like, does anyone understand anything clearer now after what she just said? Just a hodgepodge of new age buzzwords put together to make people feel good. And to spiritually bypass thinking that they don't really need to do anything to make their lives better. They can just sit there in the moment, as she said, or along those lines, and complete horseshit as normal. So, guys, if you like the video, give it a like, share, comment. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.